Good afternoon, everybody. It's Coda back here from Amazing ATS. We are hauling the freight today in a Peter Car 379. Well, actually, it's a 389 that we've got dressed up like a 379. Hey, Kenworth, how is it going today? Our first run, we are sitting right here in Albuquerque at the airport, the UPS Center, and we are going to be taking a load of frozen food over to Walmart in Austin. Now, you are saying, well, Austin is not in the game. Actually, it is. We are running the US City expansion today. It was recently updated yesterday. It's up to version 2.2.1. This mod is available on the SCS forums underneath the map section. So without any further waiting, we're going to climb into the truck and get going today. Hey, LeVar, how's it going? Now you guys are wondering, why does this engine sound weird? Actually, good question that you guys got. We are running a Cummins 444, 525 horsepower with a 13-speed transmission. So without any further waiting, we've got the truck running. We're going to get our butts onto the road. Hey, Master Sergeant Haynes, good afternoon to ya. And glad you find out what was causing the crash there, LeVar. Are paying close attention. Every time I shift, you guys are hearing little clicks. That is one nice little feature on this engine that is running. Awesome like a possum. You are beginning to sound exactly like me, Kenworth. That's awesome to hear. Which graphics mod is that? well, did he? I try not to run any graphics mods that have bloom to it because it just makes everything washed out. Oh man, we do got this thing wound up. We've got 355s in the rear end, so we are definitely geared a little higher than what I would like to be, but still the roar of the engine sounds absolutely awesome. I didn't know that was possible. I don't run any like 2 times the reward mods or anything like that, so everything that I did for my money and XP, at least on this profile, was done with a program called Cheat Engine. Oh, one of those like the lumen bulbs from that a lot of the trucks run over there. No, I got you, Kenworth. I mean, I might as well just be a left lane Larry and just ride along here because I am doing 74 miles an hour. I am catching like everybody. guys see that AI truck? The whole front end was bouncing. Holy moly. Man, and people complain about my driving? That just takes the cake right there. How's it going? Yeah, that was quite the suspension problem. And Master Sergeant, what does that remind you of? Good with the engines, George. That is exactly the engine I am running. That kind of reminded me of a pogo stick, actually. I do like to show it from the outside so you guys can see exactly what my paint schemes and things like that are. running a 13-speed transmission today. The gearing on this is a little bit higher than what I'm normally used to. So yeah, we're running a little higher RPM, but I do have to say, I mentioned this earlier, it sounds fantastic. Especially when we do have this dressed up as a 379, it actually kind of fits really too. That is correct. Since there is really not a dedicated 379 mod, well, there is, but I don't believe it works anymore. We just dressed up a 389 as a 379. Basically the exact same truck. I wasn't going to be searching endless hours for the 379 mod, and as I had mentioned, it might not work anymore either. I have been having problems with that, so that's why I didn't use it. A while ago. I am not sure what happened to it, so we just did the next best thing. We do have the SES Extra Truck Parts mod in that did allow me to put the 379 headlights and things on this truck. I grabbed the Wabash trailer mod. I still am running the utility 3000R though. Mexican Honor 710, thank you so much for the follow there on Mixer. I do appreciate it. So glad for you guys that I got the cross-platform chat working. At least you guys can interact now without having to be YouTube can see Mixer, Mixer can see YouTube. Rolling. We are really rolling. Yep, here we go. Georgia overdrive, 90 miles an hour going down the grade. Someone had already made a trailer pack that had Martin with it, so if there's going to be multiple trailers, hey, more the merrier. That's the way I see it. I mean, the modders are doing some great work with the game, especially for those who are consistent, so definitely the more the better. mod that I was using by NatVander. SCS actually made him a beta tester, and they are incorporating his signs into the game from what someone had said. To be honest, I cannot wait for version 1.31. That is going to be the version more than likely to where we're going to get Oregon on. And if they did revisit all of these signs, then maybe, just maybe, we will have updated signs with that version. No idea, because I've never done it. That is going to be a good question. I will ask my brother on that one, George. Either that or you can ask your dad too. I'm sure he might have an idea of what might happen. The update that came out yesterday was a bug fix, really, with the Sweden event that's going on with ETS2, and they also fixed that same thing in ATS. So that's why there was a small 25 megabyte update yesterday. never thought about it, no. It costs them too much money to change out the logos, so there shouldn't be a problem with them keeping the logos on the trailer itself. Yep, Sin City. I'm gonna be back in Las Vegas next May. To be honest with you. The thing though, when I go there, I stay at the South Point Hotel, which is down away from the Strip, and really it's nice. I don't need to leave the hotel or casino for anything when I'm there. That is, unless I want to go somewhere else to eat besides the restaurants in there. No train horn today. Yes, actually, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I was up in New York at the Seneca Allegheny Casino. way too many laws in California, that's for sure. Even though this is running a 13, I do not like how high it is geared. More than likely, if I come across a repair center, we're going to drop this back to, drop it up to a 18. Yeah, 77 miles an hour, and we're running 1700 RPM. That is way too high for today's trucks. Although back in the day, they did run in this range at that speed. Seeing a little more detail inside the cab, but then you got to realize the more detail they add, for some people the worse the frame rates are going to get. This way on their way up to... No, we're not going to be going through Tonopah, I do not believe. Oh well, the next time we just run across the repair center, I am going to drop the 18 in here. Like I said, I just don't... It doesn't sound right, really, running at 75 miles an hour at 1700 RPM. That just sounds way too high. Oh, in California, they are required. good majority of California that wants to leave the United States, just like Texas. That would teach you to speed on these back roads. Just a reminder, guys, from what you are seeing, I am running no graphics mods whatsoever. I am, however, running a little program called Reshade and SweetFX, and that does take the yellow out of the game. A couple of the mods that I'm running is we've got enhanced vegetation, realistic roads, and also realistic mountains. Sky right now is just absolutely awesome. That looks so amazing. We still have 162 miles up here to Austin. We might be going through Tonopah, so if we are, then I'm going to have to take a look here just to make sure. Ah, yes, we are almost up here to Tonopah, so we are going to be stopping and putting an 18-speed transmission into this. overly dark yet. Dave, this is the Cummins 444. It is a part of Creechbomb's engine pack, which is version 2.7. Alright, we just gotta upgrade the transmission here a little bit. That 13 is just a little too much. Oh no, I don't want 455. What do we want here? 325, that will work. Oops, and almost forgot I gotta change my shifter here to 18 speed so we don't have any problems. That I would love to see, to where you get pulled over by a random cop and have to go through a DOT inspection. Oh, and we're gonna take forever to get the heck out of this intersection. By the time it's clear the one way, just like in real life, you've got cars coming the other. the Dalton Elliott Highway the other day for a stream. Since I only go about 2 hours during my weekday streams, I am going to continue that, but it's going to be a weekend only. So that's probably going to be on Saturdays, and then we'll have the regular Sundays are for trucking. Do you know what they call Channel 19 in the real world for the truckers? Ignacio, how's it going today? Welcome to the live stream. Channel 19 in the real world Sesame Street, because a lot of people will get on 19, bitch, moan, and complain about every little thing. Wouldn't have any idea. I've never been there. The truckers call the town that I live in the state that I live in. So, I mean, it's definitely nothing really nice, we'll put it that way. that word period? Oh, well, they call the city that I live in the gayest city in Pennsylvania. I am not going to mention what city I live in, but doing a search through Pennsylvania cities and you will be able to find it. What the heck, Mr. Four-Wheeler? You gotta get in front of me and then slam on your brakes? Yeah, don't ever brake check a truck. I'm gonna give you a Peterbilt tattoo if you keep that up. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. And welcome to the sleepy little town of Austin, Nevada. Yeah, that good old commercial company, I know exactly what you mean. Should we go back to Camp Verde? No, I'd rather not. So let's see what we got here. Nothing Eli. Anything staying here in Nevada? Nope. Let's check Biosh. Hobbs, no. Oh, does that go across the Sierra Nevada right here? I believe that does. So we're going to take this trip here. We're going to go ahead and quick travel down to Tonopah. And we're going to take this load going up to Laytonville. No, I didn't bobtail. No, I just used the dev console in order to get here quicker. Frozen veggies. What the? We need something that's gonna work really. Let's go ahead and put this one on there. The Kroger trailer. more realistic, yes, but I'm sure you guys don't want to see me running around bobtail. Okay, why is this not connecting? That's really weird. Let's just make sure I was on there properly. Yep, apparently this trailer I cannot use advanced trailer coupling on. We're gonna solve that really quickly. With the coast-to-coast version, not coast-to-coast, US cities expansion that I'm doing, we are going to be cutting through the Sierra Nevadas, and the road that you guys are going to be seeing is what they are adding, that SCS is adding on their own, but currently this was adapted from Project West, so what you are going to see is going to be different, but still, this part of this road is going to be dirt. Hey, O-Wing, how's it going today? Welcome to the live stream. I just hope it's going to be daylight when we go through there, because otherwise you guys are not going to be able to see anything. Next time I do a reefer, pull Tribal Express. I see it. Definitely have to gonna stop up here and get ourselves some go-go juice too. We have just about a quarter tank. Oh, I did not. There are times, depending on where I was going, to where I had to drive overnight. Now, if I was going into New York City or something like that, you do not want to go in the middle of the day. And Nestor, thank you so much for the subscribe. I do appreciate it. But I did notice, though, at the times that I did drive at night, the traffic, all I saw basically was just trucks. I was gonna hit there. There we go. At least we can get ourselves some go-go juice. Now, I live on the I-80 corridor. The truck traffic just that goes by in my city on a daily basis going to and from New York City is astounding. Here we are, 1 o'clock in the morning, Tonopah, Nevada, and traffic is a cluster. I bet I made him crap his pants. As I mentioned before, George, just watch your location of where you're doing that, and hopefully the driver realizes the kids are doing it, otherwise you might cause an accident. When you get a big old air horn blowing off next to you when you are not expecting it, that can literally scare the living daylights out of the driver. So definitely be careful. Jump a little bit, that is an understatement. You might actually cause them to actually turn into you. And either that, if they're in the middle lane or whatnot, and you're on a 3-lane highway and you do that, you could actually cause an accident because they are going to be jumping over into a lane away from you. That's why I'd mentioned, that's why I paid very close attention to my surroundings when I ever did do that. It's bad enough that I've almost ran into the back of somebody in a truck. I could not deal with killing somebody. No way whatsoever. And one of my friends that I bowl with on Thursday night had this happen to him about a year and a half ago. He was running on Interstate 70 in Maryland. Traffic in front of him all of a sudden slowed down without any warning. He had a choice of either slamming into the back of cars at 60 miles an hour or going into the median. Take a wild guess which one that he took. Ended up going into the median, and what had happened was the truck rolled on his side. He literally broke his eye socket. He no longer has any sinuses in his head around his nose. They actually had to take those out. He had burns over 30% of his body, so yeah, be extremely careful. Truck, hello. Darn it, he damaged my load. I didn't overly swing that wide. How in the heck did I hit him? Oh well, no big deal. Don't get me wrong, George, I'm not doing that to scare you or anything like that. It's just to be mindful of your surroundings. A good majority of truckers are some of the nicest people that you will ever meet, but there are a handful that are, needless to say, let's put it, should not be driving. Hopefully we'll still be able to see here. We got 1 mile to Yosemite National Park. Well, we are going to be going through Tioga Pass. Apparently it is going to be dark, so pay attention, guys. but this was added to US Cities expansion, which is version 2.2.1. It was taken with permission from the creator of the American West project. A nice little hill climb just as we turn onto the road. This is great. But this is the route that is going to be added by SCS, so once that is added, this will disappear from the mod. About halfway through on this road, and this is actually going to turn into a dirt road, just so you guys know, so you should be expecting it. Is a good question. More than likely I probably would. about as backcountry as you can get. Although there is a little dirt road in the base game itself going out of Santa Cruz heading south. Has anyone ever ran into that one? Now the only thing missing from up here is snow. Springtime in the Sierra Nevadas, trust me, there's still quite a bit of snow up on the mountains. I was mistaken about the dirt road because we have not ran into that as of yet, unless it's closer to Oakdale. Don't know, I haven't tried. In East Central California. Take care, Master Sergeant. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. See, the Sierra Nevadas actually run a good majority of California, between California and Nevada. Never hated the DOT. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Stop, 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 stop. Woo-hoo-hoo. Holy moly, Coda. They need to make those lights a little bit brighter on those trailers. Back in the day they were, but anymore I don't see much of a problem between the truckers and police. A lot of the times police will monitor channel 19, even though the emergency channel is 9, they will monitor 19 just for information from truckers on, say, maybe where accidents are or a car broken down, something like that. No, not even close. That was one big exaggeration. You have to realize it's been 20 years since I drove these vehicles in the real world, but back when I was driving, I had the utmost respect for any law enforcement officer. Even today, that still exists. No, they are not. mean, a typical person who drives a car, they see a truck in an accident, what's the first thing that they're doing? Blaming the trucker. Anymore these days, with the technology, a lot of trucks do have front-facing cameras on them now, and the cars can no longer sit there and blame a trucker for their own stupidity. I have seen cars that have got in front of a truck and brake checked them. The truck, of course, is 80,000 pounds. They're not going to be slowing down on a dime. And the trucker runs into the back of a car. I mean, for me, that seems like someone who is money hungry. And anymore with the dashboard cameras, that car driver is the one who is getting cited, and they are stuck paying for the repair out of their own pocket. Or if their insurance pays for it, their rates shoot up through the roof. A lot of the larger carriers, Martin recently did this, that they went with not Qualcomm, but another logging service that does have a camera attached to the ELD and their satellite system. What would trigger a recording would be a major event, such as, say, a hard brake or something like that. That camera go ahead and captures the previous 30 seconds and starts recording so they can see exactly what had happened with the driver. Yep, that would be insurance fraud. A good majority of them do nowadays. Not all the trucks do, but a good majority. Ones that my brother's company uses are forward-facing. They are not driver-facing. And they only record when a major event happens, such as, like I mentioned, a hard brake or a quick steer, so you're going like something like that. That's the only time that that camera is going to record, even though it is kind of like NVIDIA Shadow Play, to where it actually does record, but it's not actually recorded until that event happens. Bobo, how's it going today? Welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you joining us. Because that is sent from the maker of their ELD and their satellite communication. That's only sent between them and Martin. And cars, really? Come on. That was crazy. Now, those videos are used, say if a Martin driver is in an accident or has a hard brake, that video would then be sent to the safety department of the company and then to the fleet manager. They view the video and then they will contact the driver to find out what had actually happened. Even though they are able to see it, they want to get the driver's version of things. Yep, I might have crashed into somebody, but I just got myself a driving award too. No, those would not count against you. And there is, you get a deer that sprints out in front of you, say you're doing 65 on the highway, a deer sprints out in front of you, there's no way that you're going to stop to begin with, so they're not going to hold a wildlife, well, slamming into a deer against you. And anymore, they do have, I'm going to say, bull bar, not so much a bull bar, but they do have a brush guard on the front of the trailer to, front of the trailer? Yeah, front of the truck there, Coda. and they do have those to help mitigate the damage from hitting wildlife. They say that the game engine can't handle it. Now the SISL trailer mod that I'm using, that does add the doubles, triples, and RMDs into the AI traffic. And triples and RMDs you will only see in Nevada. I'm probably not gonna get around this. Let's see here. Keep going, keep going. Now that is one tight corner. Holy moly. Did you ever try backing a trailer into something this tight? It doesn't work. The company is way too small for the size of the trailers and the trucks. I mean, you go to a grocery store in the real world and you will never see anyone backing into this tight of an area, I mean, unless it's a day cab. Since I'm running a sleeper, there is absolutely no way. But guys, I am going to get on out of here for the evening. I do want to thank you for watching. My name is Coda. The channel is Amazing ATS. Have a great rest of your Tuesday nights, and we will see you on the flippity flop.